he sometimes has us here talking about some weirdo shit. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're live, people. What?
Yeah, that's why I always bring up the YouTube stream so I know as soon as it's live. It's live.
Oh, now we live. That's good.
Nah, I would never just bring up stuff
It's
like
live.
that just to force you guys to talk.
we live.
I wouldn't do that. Nah, I would never just.
So leave a like on the stream, guys. Unless you're, I don't know.
A loser.
What up, everybody in chat? What's going on? We're about to get started. Let's see. I think all my settings are good to go. Let's see. Yeah, we should be all right. I actually put the mic back a little bit more.
That looks very cool.
I've been meaning to change all the logos, meaning to change this whole setup, but person I'm in touch with, he's like, "Oh, it's not ready yet." I'm like, "How is it not ready? I just want a simple
Did you
logo."
pay him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
shit.
I would be hitting that man up every day, like, bro, you gotta show me what's getting done, or I'm like irritated.
Got to give.
But
that
I've also waited 8 months for a commissioned piece of artwork before, and then gotten a really shitty piece of art back. And honestly, that's kind of why I'm like that.
That's crazy.
No, I'm there with you. I am there with you.
Like,
I
I'd be
still
like,
wanna know
man,
how you
where's my
pay all your
money?
artists,
Where's this
Riku.
work? Where's my money? Like, do something.
I think I had this one chick. I paid her back in 2019 in November, and then she talked about, well, my dog died, and it put me in a really bad mood, and it kind of gave me an art block.
Right?
Talk about your dog.
I cannot stand when artists say, "Look, I'm depressed." And okay, like I'm depressed and stuff too. But listen, when you're taking money from other people and it's like 8+ months later, there is no excuse
How
for
long
that.
would it have been from November 2019?
Till now, holy shit, that's
Yeah.
almost a full year. It's almost a year, Riku.
And I
She
think her
scammed
new
you.
excuse. I think her new excuse is she is
Ask for a
now.
refund.
Oh no, I asked her for a refund. She said she now
Can't
doesn't have
afford
the
it.
money.
Oh
and
wow, that's pathetic. I would message her and
she-
be like, or I would go to PayPal at that point and then just like do the
Chargeback thing.
chargeback. Yeah, fuck it. You deserve it if you're gonna be
she's
like
talking
that.
about how she is now currently trying to stop herself from being. No, I think she said she is homeless now or something like that.
Huh?
How can you what?
What?
I don't know how
but
she
you're
went
taking
from
other people's
taking-
money.
back in November 2019. She was fine, had her own place, everything's good, financially, stable. Now we here and she's homeless.
And this
That's
is
her
why
shadow.
also, just for like general consensus, even for like stream chat, if you're looking at making like commissioning art from someone, ask them what their turnaround time is. Because normally they can answer 2 to 3 days or like maybe a month or two. People that will scam
can
you
hold them
usually
accountable.
can't come up with that off the top of their head.
True.
This guy was like 4 or 5 days, and I was like, okay, $15. I'm like, all right, $15 ain't shit. So I'm just gonna get.
In the chat? Oh my god, that's dope. Okay, that's cool.
All right. Let's get this whole thing started. Welcome everybody to the HPMP JRPG podcast, episode 50. Yeah, it's been a while. I gotta admit, things have been a little bit hectic on my end. Nothing bad. Just I got really busy for the month of August. Couldn't really get anything started. Any free time I did have, I was playing Legend of Heroes for the most part. And I got some stuff to say about Legend of Heroes, but we gotta start off with these intros. Go right ahead, Riku.
Riku-san one, the only one here. How's everybody doing this fine Sunday? We are here to talk about the JRPG goodness that is this genre, the news. And like I said, last episode, I have a nice surprise for you fellow people in the live chat to take a part of coming down.
All right. Blakey boy.
It is that time. Whoa! It's your boy Westtown HD. We are in this chat today. We popping at all them HPMP tagas. Might talk about Mario a little bit later. Y'all know what I'm hyped for. But a big shout out to everyone in the chat. I see 41 viewers and 22 likes. My math ain't great, but that don't add up. Just make it do what it do. Let's get into these topics.
Gab.
Hey guys, welcome to the 50th episode. Feels good to be here. We've been doing this for such a long time now. It feels like it's been almost forever. I'm so thankful that Shadow let me come on the podcast when I was a nobody, like 6 years ago. And I'm still a nobody, but that's okay. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 lately, so if you guys have been into MMOs, been super into that shit.
All right. Ba.
Hey guys, Bowser Carrier here. Happy to be here as always. Big thank you to everyone that stuck with us for 50 episodes, and also newcomers alike. We appreciate you.
All right. Pelvic.
Happy 50th episode, everybody. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. And of course, Shadow, thank you for still having me on despite us having very different opinions. Some of us right opinions, some of us wrong opinions, but it doesn't matter. We're all here. So I'm excited to be here.
And our guest here, Nova. I think Novum.
No, yep, that's Novum. I run the Novum's Natural YouTube channel. I mostly talk about CRPGs, but I've actually basically become a Trails channel at this point. All of my recent uploads.
All right. He's gonna spread the good word about Trails in a second. So, real quick before we get started, I do ask that you guys hit that like button if you are here. If you are watching this in post, actually leave a comment and hit the like button at the same time. And engage us in the chat if you are here live. All right, and just a quick note on my part. Like I said earlier, uploads on my channel have been really sparse, rare as it were, but I'm gonna get back into it. I appreciate everybody, showing me love, showing me support wherever it is, on Twitter, here on YouTube, on my Discord. I really appreciate all of you showing your support. So we're gonna get into our currently playing right about now. So who wants to start us off with what they're playing right now?
I'll go first.
Go ahead,
So, first thing I've been playing that just came out is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, the remake. Phenomenal remake. Aged very well. They put a lot of work into this, and it's just a really genuinely good game. And besides that, I've actually been going through the rest of the Suikoden games I didn't get to play, because previously I've only played 1 and 2. And I beat 3 already. It's above average, good, despite the most horrendous backtracking I've ever seen in the game. I dropped 4 for various reasons, and I'm playing through 5, and I'm loving it so far. It might have the potential to even be tied for my favorite game in the series with 2, so I'm hoping that stays that way.
Okay. So wait, for Tony Hawk, that's a remake? That's a full-blown remake, or it's a remaster?
No, this is a remake from the ground up. It looks nothing like the game from 1999.
Okay, but it's the same game, right?
It's 2 games in 1. They add a bunch of new things.
Oh, okay. All right, just making sure. I feel like that game came out of nowhere. Was that game planned, or they just dropped it out of nowhere?
This was announced like early in the year.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay. All right. Because I remember seeing Tony Hawk all the time when I would go to, like, I guess Blockbuster or something like that. God damn. I would see.
Never played a Tony Hawk game, Shadow?
I think I played it at a friend's house at like a long time ago, and I think I did like it, but I never liked it enough to, get it, the desire at all. So it was just whatever when I saw it.
The only time I've ever actually played a Tony Hawk's game, I think, was on the OG Xbox. And I remember playing it so much that I think the soundtrack is ingrained in my brain at this point. I just remember that one fucking song with, like, oh god, it goes doom, doom, doom.
I don't think I remember that song, but I do know that there are a lot of songs that apparently a lot of bands got put on the they got really popular because they had their song in Tony Hawk's. Like, apparently they got a lot of.
Yep.
It helped them a lot.
These soundtracks are always phenomenal, and it's one of the reasons people love them. And they also they got a bunch of the old licensed music back, which is cool, but they also got new people. Like, I was shocked when I heard Tech 9, Tribe Called Quest. So yeah, they have a lot of new stuff in here too.
My bad. It was I Like the Way You Move. That was what it was. It's ingrained in my mind, and I can picture the girl standing in front of the mirror and the skateboard flipping back and forth and all the different moves she does. God.
I think
Hawk was actually like basically the only game I owned as a kid, so I could probably just like sing the songs back if I ever heard them again. I just haven't really played the Tony Hawk games since they got bad.
Oh, okay.
What would you consider the last good Tony Hawk's game before this remake?
I'd say probably Tony Hawk Underground 2.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't really played them much since then. I'm not I know that was when they really started to like decline, I believe.
I would say they started to decline after American Wasteland, and that was right after Underground too.
Man,
I
all
hear
these
Underground
names sound
something.
familiar. I remember really
Never
seeing
even
them
heard of it.
in GameStop all the time. I
Yeah.
remember actually. I think I know why I don't play Tony Hawk games, because I hate skateboarding. Because this one
Really?
time I knew this girl I liked. I was in I think I was in middle school, maybe elementary school. I can't remember. But a girl she really liked Skater Boys. So I was like, I could skate too. The second I got on that skateboard, I busted my ass in front of her. Like hard.
Sadly.
think
Not on skateboarding as a whole.
Yeah,
There was one time where I was longboarding, so I didn't skateboard, but I longboarded, which is a little bit different. The board's longer and they're more for travel purposes than to do tricks. I remember it was the middle of the night, and I think I was going pretty fast, and my feet got tripped up, and I hit the pavement so hard, and after that, I sold my longboard and gave up on the dream.
Oh man.
I like the
Sometimes it
concept
just
of
happens
skateboarding.
like that, though. Like, I wasn't wearing a helmet or anything. I know what I was doing was wrong, and it was all my fault. But I'm just not really good at sports or anything that requires body coordination.
Sympathize. First time I tried to get on a skateboard, I just straight up face planted.
Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. But I landed on my back. That shit hurt for weeks.
I think I had scars on my face for a while because I just burned it up. My brother, he used to build a bunch of ramps and stuff around the neighborhood because he was super big on that stuff at the time because there was nothing else to do. He jumped off a shed once too. That was crazy.
Interesting. Ricardo just brought it up in the chat.
What we used to do as kids, back in the day, and what we do now is completely different. I've never been one to do dangerous things like that, and never really hung out with people that did that stuff. But I'm just very I only do safe stuff. Do not put me in a dangerous situation.
So, what's the better skateboarding game, Jet Set Radio or Tony Hawk?
Those are two different things. Jet Set Radio is rollerblading.
Oh, it is? I
Yeah.
thought it was skateboarding.
I would compare, even if you were to compare Tony Hawk's to any other game, it would be Skate. The Skate franchise.
Okay.
But even that's Tony Hawk's is more on the arcadey side of gameplay, and Skate is a little more on the realistic side. Not full realistic, but more on the realistic side of things. But you would compare those two. Jet Set Radio. I don't think I've ever played a Jet Set Radio. I've always wanted to. They look fun. But
They are.
Same genre.
The music is fantastic, and I remember when I was a kid, you would basically tag walls with graffiti, if I'm remembering this correctly. It's super colorful too.
All
Yeah, they
right.
look fun.
So Blake, what you out here playing, man?
So I've been playing some Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX on my Switch just in my spare time. Really liking it. Played the demo, had a great time with it. So I've just been playing a little bit of that. And but the behemoth, the big elephant in the room here. So some of y'all know I've been streaming that Trails of Cold Steel over on my Twitch page. Riku's been my guide throughout most of the game, at least throughout the more recent streams. And we out here, we getting shit done. We getting some character development. We getting plot twist taking place. I'm told that if I can stick through Cold Steel 1, the rest of the games are a breeze because they're so good to play. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else the series has to offer. And so far, Cold Steel 1, now that I'm understanding all the combat systems, the way the arts work and the crafts, everything, and now it's all coming together, I'm really enjoying that battle system. The music is phenomenal. Some of these boss fights are really out here got me sweating. But Daddy Riku's out there in the back to pat me on the back whenever I get some scrapes. And yeah, overall, Cold Steel 1 so far has been awesome. And aside from that, just been playing Animal Crossing as well, because you never stop playing Animal Crossing. It's a way of life.
Ew.
And don't shut up. We gonna get you. Don't you worry. We gonna get you.
So wait a minute. Are you really gonna play the rest of the Cold Steel games? Are the rest of the Legend of Hero games? You gonna go to Trails in the Sky?
We'll see.
That's what I
We'll
thought.
Listen. I'm just getting the Cold Steel right now. We'll see how I feel after I finish the Cold Steel games that are out. We'll see.
Okay,
We'll see.
because I was pretty sure you're not gonna get the Trails in the Sky series. I think you just gotta take one look at it and be like, nah, I ain't got time to be playing this type of game. I'm out.
All the people that I know say I wouldn't like Trails in the Sky.
I'm pretty sure
so
you
I kind of want to play it just to tell them to shut the fuck up. But at the same time, if I don't like a game, I don't have time to play a game. I'm not gonna waste my time with the game.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. If you get the Trails in the Sky series, you can skip third. Go on YouTube and just watch some
That's a
cutscenes.
hot take.
Watch Starter or 14, 15, and I think 11. That's all you need. You don't need nothing
That
else.
is a hot take in the Trails fan base.
Unless you absolutely love it and you can't get enough, then you can play third. Other than that, I think third is a waste of time. I'm straight up.
Well, okay.
It's one of the most important games lore-wise in the entire series.
Okay, we're gonna get that in a minute. All right, so Riku, what are you playing, man?
I have been playing that Final Fantasy Tactics, and when I first started playing Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was not fucking with it, man. I was not fucking with this. It was a rough start, but playing it some more, and and by the way, I guess I wasn't told or wasn't aware that this game had permadeath. So
Yep.
I was working on my characters, they're getting strong. I think my squad consists of Ramza, who's a squire, a black mage, a knight, and a ranger or an archer. And my black mage died. Permadeath, gone. And I was just like,
And you didn't save.
fuck. No, it wasn't the fact that I didn't save. I could have gone back and start that battle over and do it all again, and I probably should have, but this is my second tactical RPG game. So I'm still getting used to how long these battles can take place, even in the random encounters. Random encounters in this game, especially around the beginning, can take up to 7 to 10 minutes each.
Oh, that's
So
not
like-
long at all.
I was
That's
gonna say,
short.
that's not long.
Riku.
Huh?
You want to know how long those stages are going to be late game? Going to be there for hours, maybe.
I know, right? Like
coming
most strategy
from a
games take
turn-based,
hours.
coming from a traditional turn-based RPG, that's long. I'm not saying that this is long in comparison to tactical RPG games. I'm saying this is long.
Is
when
is this your first strategy game?
It's my second. My first one, I technically shouldn't even count that first one. This would technically be my first official one.
What was the first one? Technically.
Dynasty Warriors God Seekers.
No, that don't count. All right.
See? Exactly.
That's our Dynasty
I
Warriors.
mean, the
so
battles
that
in
don't
that,
count.
but even the battles in that, they lasted a little bit too. But I was just talking about the random encounters. Not the actual story battles. I can understand the story battles taking however long they needed.
I'll tell you this for the sake of your sanity, since I know what you're playing on, use save states.
I have definitely been considering that because
Riku, you
there
gonna
is
be
a
a
lot
bum
of-
and use safe states? Oh man, saying ain't
For someone new to
Aren't you
strategy
the one that
games,
turns
playing
off
Final Fantasy Tactics-
permadeath in Fire Emblem games?
and I still wouldn't use safe states though.
I mean, first of all, you can't. You're playing on the Switch. But secondly, I'm just like I said, I haven't, but I have been considering it because there will be some times where I'm like, all right, time to use haste on my character, and miss. That's their turn. I'm like, my mother.
Oh yeah, it's another big issue with tactics. Your spells can miss.
So how come
Yeah,
I'll be
you
here?
buff spell.
How come I
Huh?
will be hearing these problems when Tactics is one of the best Final Fantasy of all
Fanboys.
time? What's going on here? That's another thing we need
And
to talk about. How
That
people,
and people that just played in their childhoods.
people be hyping up games. Y'all be telling them the bad parts about games. About you're hyping up. That's what's crazy sometimes.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of the way the camera turning works in this game. It works in a you turn it in 45-degree angles, so that, and you can tilt it up and down. But in certain battlefields and locations, when you turn that camera to whatever 4 angles, including the top and bottom ones that you do, sometimes you still can't really see what you want to see, and that is rather annoying. And I would assume with this being the War of the Lions edition, moving over to the the PSP edition, some of these quality of life things would have been taken into consideration, and I felt that one should have been one. I know when Trails in the Sky first started, you turned the camera at a 45-degree angle as well, but you can go into the settings and change that to 360, which I would assume. I think everybody did that. I would be surprised if you didn't, but you can, you know. So I just thought that was something that
So basically, Riku, this game ain't living up to the hype.
at first, like I said, after I lost my black mage and I felt that, like I said, that battle I lost the black mage in, it was a battle that I did not feel like I wanted to do again. So I was like, I'm gonna hold this L. My black mage, he's gone. I was able to pick up whatever he had. He can live on through one of my other characters. And, I went to the guild, got a new character, and I was basically what you're apparently supposed to do in these tactical RPG games and JRPGs in general, grind. So I grind. I think all yesterday I was just, grinding it out. Got that guy, turned him from a chemist to a black mage, got him back up and stronger than my previous black mage. And after grinding a bit and looking deeper into it and seeing all of the classes that I have to look forward to, I'm enjoying myself now. I'm genuinely enjoying myself now. I'm understanding how the game is supposed to be played. But if there is still one thing that irks me, it is the fucking AI in this game. Jesus Christ. I don't know how when it comes to the enemies fighting you, they can do some smart shit, But when it comes to the guest AI on your team, because you start off with 4 that you can control, and then I would say, I don't know where I'm at. I'm at like midway through chapter 2, but all the way up to this point, there's always been like 1 to 2 AI guest characters that are with you, and they always go out there and get themselves killed. And there's no way, as far as I can tell, please someone correct me in the comment section if you can. I do not see a way to change the ways of the AI via the guests. They give you the option to your 4 characters. You can change them to AI and change the aggressiveness if you want them to be super aggressive or conservative or whatever. But you can't do that with the guest AI, as far as I can see. And I was just, they caused me a lot of battles where they're just, I need everyone to be, a unit right now, and they just run off and get killed. And then,
hey man,
that still pisses me off.
Hey man, I had that problem in some Trails games, man. Some guest characters were just going straight up to the enemies and getting themselves killed.
I find this interesting because in my experience, those characters are usually to the point where they were strong enough to survive on their own. I didn't need to worry about them. I only had to worry about them stealing experience.
I had to babysit, like, what's his name? Delita?
His best friend.
Oh my god.
Delita.
Yeah, Delita at the beginning. Oh my fucking god. He would just run off and get himself. I had to literally assign a chemist to just run off to wherever he goes and just stay behind him and heal him the entire time, because he's just going to get himself killed if he doesn't have constant health coming in. But yeah, other than the AI and the camera turn, the little 45-degree angle thing, I really don't have that big of an issue with the game right now. I'm enjoying it. I almost forgot that we were starting the podcast because I was about to start up another battle in tactics. Yeah, I'm fairly enjoying it. That's really the only. I've been playing a little bit of Ys 8 on the PS4 since I played the Vita version. I want to play that one again. But other than those 2 games, that's all I've been really diving into.
All right, okay. Pelvic, what you playing?
I'm playing 3 games right now. I am playing Sayonara Wild Hearts on Switch. I am playing Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town right now, and then I am playing Ys 8 on the PlayStation 4.
All right. Yeah. Gab, what you out here playing?
I am currently playing Persona 4 Golden. I think I'm like right before where you get kanji, I believe. I am also playing Final Fantasy 14. I don't know why. I'm just in MMO hell now. I don't know why I can just go from quest to quest to quest to quest and just feel okay with that, but it is what it is. And then I have been meaning to start Ryza on the PS2, but I'm just kind of lazy. That's about it, though, honestly. Wow. Oh, and I guess Among Us with like Riku and Bao and stuff. But
yeah, we've been playing that.
Right,
yeah, we've been playing Among Us together. It's been
a lot of that.
All right.
Did that game recently come out on Steam?
No, it's like 3 years old or something.
It just became popular.
Oh, okay.
Only the problem is the servers can't handle the millions of people playing right now.
We found a
Wait,
I'm not going to say, but we found a loophole.
What y'all out here doing? Illegal stuff? Like, huh? What's going
No,
on?
No.
no,
We found a
it's
loophole.
legal.
Apparently, play together all the time, which is good. But keeping it hush hush.
All right. So, Novum, what you out here playing, man?
I just finished Trails of Cold Steel 3 like half a month ago. I was playtesting for the difficulty mod, and the game is already super freaking long. So it took me 180 hours to finish it. So it was basically the only thing I was playing for a while.
See, that's what we gotta talk about. Go ahead.
Then I was playing Persona 5 Royal for a while because I'd beaten the original version like twice, and I was going through. So I beat the original content, and then I got to the third semester, and I freaking hated all of that stuff.
What?
I hated it so much.
He's not-
Even
he's not
finished
the
Okay,
first
listen.
person
I can understand why you might have hated it. Like, what are your
I
reasons?
can't.
What are your reasons that you hated it? What's like the number one reason you hated it?
I have multiple reasons, but the primary one is that I don't like how the new conflict cannot really be related to reality, whereas the original game's ending was very meaningful to like actual life. But in the new conflict just doesn't make sense. It presents you a choice you would never actually have in reality. And overall, I agree with the villain more, and I think the Phantom Thieves are actually the bad guys in this arc. So I can't stand playing as them.
That's interesting. I don't know anything about it.
I kind of feel. I find I want to go into it.
I never
That's
heard
massive
someone
spoilers.
elaborate on it though.
Yeah.
I've heard decent. I've heard of a decent amount of people saying that they actually did not like the that extra semester, but they never really go into detail. I think one person just said it just feels like a waste of time, and then that was it.
It's
Yeah, like,
awesome.
the third semester had the best content and arcs the game had to offer. The rest of it was just paled in comparison, and the fact that the better content came like later is kind of insulting to the team, but that's personal take.
I just feel like
I
it was
agree
tacked
with
on
that.
at the end of the day. I feel like it was tacked
I
on.
was
Like it's a
definitely
good story,
tacked on. Oh
but
my
it was definitely tacked on. Like
Really,
I felt something. Don't get me wrong.
It feels massively divided when it comes to that. I want to hop in and see what it's about. I've been here. I don't think I've actually heard anyone say they're in between on it. Is either
It
they
doesn't
feel like it's a
flow
throwaway, or they
and I
feel
think
it's better than the original.
anyone who like looks at the story can say that it just feels weird and wrong, like the way they put it on, but it's got like the best arc in the game, so it kind of just feels weird.
Yeah.
It's like the best. It's like 50-50.
I'm gonna say
like-
not tacked on because the new content in the base game leads up to it.
I mean, like
all this-
not really. It's like literally peppered a little bit throughout the game, and that's really
I
it.
totally agree with what Shadow said. They're peppered. It's peppered through because you get little hints and smidges of it, but then it doesn't really feel the same at all. And well, it feels the same. I mean, it does feel the same the whole way, pretty much until the third semester, and when shit hits the fan.
I'd like to specify I don't think the third semester is bad. I just very much ideologically disagree with the message it's trying to send, and so it's difficult for me to play as the people I see as the bad guys because
That's one of the reasons I love it because
past the choice moment.
Oh God,
like,
I
got the bad ending. I got the bad ending.
I was like,
All right, guys, one at a time. Go ahead, Nova.
I got the bad ending the first time, and then I tried to keep going through the good ending stuff, but it's like, oh my God, I can't stand this. I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing.
Oh man. I liked that the Phantom Thief what they were doing. See, I can't go into this without spoiling it. I really.
I feel
all
like
that.
Novum may have benefited from going through SMT rather than Persona if he wants to make his own choice.
yeah.
I have played a little SMT. Like I started SMT4, and then it's like that game just blasts you in the beginning. It's so freaking hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is funny because
part
it's
of
the
it. And
easiest
just-
SMT game.
SMT games are the only games that let you choose. If you Persona doesn't let you choose at all. It's just a story you follow.
Well, I mostly prefer the Persona games. Like I was like Persona 3 is portable is one of my favorite games of all time. So that's the I'm coming at this from. And the last game I'm playing right now is I'm replaying all of the Trails games to prepare for Cold Steel 4, and I'm like a quarter of the way through Sky FC right now.
All right. So let me say what I'm playing real quick. I've been going on a Trails binge. I've been trying to get through Crossbell right now, Trails from Zero right now. I'm currently on chapter 3, and that game is good, but like at this point, it's just a Trails game at this point. It's nice to see some familiar faces, and I don't think I've gotten into the thick of it as of yet, but I think it's starting to rise into it. But I also think it's probably going to come a little bit towards the end. So
it's worth it.
Yeah.
It goes so good in the end.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth it and good. But before that, I was playing Trails in the Sky 3rd. And I have so many problems with 3rd. But I have to admit, it might stem from me playing on PSP. Because the first thing was the I'm sorry, yeah, Vita. God, I forgot about that dead console. The only thing about that version on the Vita is that they changed the artwork. And the artwork, because the Evolution version has different artwork from the original, is so jarring to me. And it really took me out of it, especially for Kevin. Kevin just looks weird in the Evolution version of the game. Second, now going to the game itself, this game feels like a lore dump first and foremost than it does feel like an actual, Trails game. Like, I felt like they were more interested in filling gaps in for the series as a whole than maybe telling a story. And Kevin's story, I really felt was just sad for the sake of being sad. Like, I feel like almost none of it was almost earned for the most part, and I can't go into it because it's massive spoilers, but let's just say it's tragic. It's really tragic. And the Star Doors. Now, the Star Doors, they kind of broke up gameplay, in my opinion, and every time I was ready to see something next was going on in this actual story about Kevin, I would see a Star Door. I'm like, okay, let me go through the Star Door and see what it's about, and it has nothing to do with nothing, not even lore. Well, I guess it is lore, but, it doesn't have anything to do with the immediate lore, I would say. Like, there was one Star Door with a girl and her dragon, another Star Door playing blackjack. I'm like, yo, I don't care about any of this. Like, it was like another Star Door where you're learning about the Orbital Revolution, which is pretty much mimics the Industrial Revolution, which I've already read about this stuff in other Trails games, even past Trails in the Sky games. I'm like, I don't care about any of this. It doesn't really matter. So I felt like that kind of increased my time, and I skipped some of it, but I didn't skip all of them.
Did you do Chloe's Moon Door? That one is the most boring.
Chloe's Moon. Which one was that about? That was
it's basically like a flashback to Chloe's days in the academy, and Lecter is there.
Oh my god!
It's like 3 hours long. That door is so boring.
Okay, no, I don't think I did that one. But don't get me wrong, there are definitely Star Doors worth seeing. And that's also part of my problem, because we see Star Door 15, and I meant to upload my Star Door 15 reaction, because that Star Door is ridiculous. But the thing about it is, those Star Doors, they have like no reaction to the story whatsoever. Like, I brought Joshua and Estelle to that Star Door supposedly. I would have loved to see their reaction to seeing what happened in Star Door 15. It's like it's only for the player's eyes.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's one of the reasons I don't really like the game that much, but it's like I hate the game, but there's so much like important story stuff in it.
Yeah, and then there's another one with Olivier, which was epic, and I'm like, okay, this is where this whole little conflict thing kind of started between these two people, and that was pretty cool. I'll definitely tell people to view those Star Doors, and there was another Star, I think Star Door 11 that like is kind of like an epilogue or after. Second chapter ends, you kind of see what else the other bad guys are doing, and that one was really cool. But that one involved getting all the gems, and I was like, no, I'm good. Go on YouTube. I'm not collecting all these gems. But yeah, as a whole, if you're really interested in the Trails in the Sky, or the Trails, Legend of Heroes, lore and everything like that, yeah, go ahead and play it. Fine. But if you you're pressed for time, and he's like, I don't really feel like playing this other game too, I would tell you to skip it. I would tell you just go online, go look at some cutscenes for Kevin, maybe look at some main cutscenes, and view Star Wars 11, 14, and 15, and you're good to go.
Skip the ending. The ending is so good.
I wouldn't necessarily say skip it, but I would say the Star Doors that you hear the most complaints about, I would say definitely skip that, because in regards to the main story, let's say you only did the main story and specific Star Doors that everyone highly recommends, that is by far, without a debate, the shortest Trails game.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Very true.
just
So-
one comment I have.
I wouldn't say it's worth skipping if it's that damn short. And plus, like I said, when you Kevin is gameplay wise, Kevin is fucking fun as shit to use. Him and Riaz, and some of the boss battles inside there were pretty fucking fun too, especially that final dungeon. I thought the final dungeon was fun as well. So I would say only because it's pretty short, and if you like I said, you only focus on those things. I wouldn't necessarily say skip it, but I would in regards to those doors like that Chloe one we mentioned earlier. Oh yeah, I can't. I even as a heavy Trails fan, I can't recommend that door because even I was just like, what is going on? Yeah, and I'm not even that big of a Chloe fan, so I saw a fucking door about Chloe. I was like, oh, we're getting in here.
Yeah.
It's like one of the only like 3 or 2 moon doors in the entire game, and just nothing happens. But yeah, well, one comment earlier you said that like Kevin's story is like sad for the point of being sad, and I'd say that's not entirely true, just because of the lore of Kevin's stigma. I won't say any more than that because it's spoilers, but the way stigmas work kind of requires all of the.
Oh yeah,
the girls
absolutely. That's why
to have tragic
like,
backstories.
I say that setting was there because of his stigma, but I mean, let me stop there. It's gonna get into some spoilers there.
I would say for the sake of knowing about the church.
Yeah, definitely.
And-
That's what.
yeah.
Okay, let me say this: if you play third, there's a moment in Cold Steel 3 that's gonna make more sense to you because I don't.
Church.
Yeah, I don't think they really explain the church stuff better than where it was in third. So if you didn't play third and you play Cold Steel 3 and you see that moment for a certain character, I'll say it in Class 7.
You're gonna see something similar to that moment in somewhere in the Crossbow games as well. You know.
Okay. All right,
So
cool.
I would in regards to what the church is, it being fleshed out, and what it means to that universe, and especially with the series moving forward, that additionally is another reason why I wouldn't recommend skipping third.
That's what I said. Just like
It will change your mind.
well, if you just like view the cutscenes online, you'll figure out what the church is. That's just see the mainline cutscenes that involves
you could say that about
anything. Yeah, that's true. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, understandable.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, so you've been knocking out third out. Did you like Riaz as a character?
She was alright. She was pretty funny.
She was
sometimes.
alright.
Yeah, she's alright.
I feel like Reese's only point as a character is there to be Kevin's like back and forth partner. Like there's nothing about her character that doesn't like directly relate to Kevin. She doesn't really feel like her own character.
Yeah, that's how like she had like her funny little quirks about eating that only came up once in the beginning of the game and really didn't go any further. But yeah, her relationship with Kevin, I don't want to say it was forced, but I could understand why she was upset with Kevin at some points because he's all chummy with everybody else, and with her it's just like you stop saying. Okay, I'm getting into spoilers. Let me stop there. But yeah, I thought she was all right. She's fine. So let's I think that's pretty much it. That's all I'm playing. Just the Trails from Zero. Then
Third and Zero.
Yeah, that's all. I'm gonna get to Azure. Hopefully I can finish that one up by the end of the month because I gotta get the Cold Steel 4. There's something else I want to talk about for the Legend of Hero franchise, but we're gonna move on to some actual topics here. We've been talking about currently playing for a while. Let's talk about TGS real quick. So Tokyo Game Show is happening in a couple of weeks, I believe.
End of September, yeah.
Yeah, and in September. Do we have any predictions of what's going to be here at Tokyo Game Show here?
I don't have any predictions, but I'm excited for something they've teased. 2 new Muso games being announced.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. This is going to be like one of those Dynasty Warrior Gundam games.
That's what a Muso game is.
It's crazy that those exist, isn't it?
Oh, my God. Who actually likes Muso
Still
games?
sound like hotcakes.
Tons of people like us.
Okay.
And you too, once we strap you down and make you play.
Once he plays Scramble, he'll say, "Yo, bro, they finally made a good Warriors game. Just wait."
He already played the demo and admitted that he thought it was a game he could possibly see himself playing.
Well, fun fact, I was reading around for like some articles, and they're saying that Scramble is not really a Muso game. It's just an action game.
That's a lie.
No.
It's literally the
You can
Muso
see it.
gameplay.
Yeah, it's got the Muso bursts, and it's got all those enemies on screen at once, bro. What other action games, quote unquote, do that?
People just don't want to be attached to the Dynasty Warriors name.
That's
that is- I think in regards to a lot of the Muso games, I would say that one and Dragon Quest
Heroes?
Heroes. I would say those two, as far as what I've seen, have certain features in their Muso gameplay that make them a little bit more unique than the other Muso games. And for Persona, they have the little slowdown thing, so you can use your Persona abilities, and then the fact that it has some really good traversal features that you usually don't see in a Muso game. So I think those two things alone make people, some people out there say, "Oh, this is an action RPG game. It's not a Muso game." Like, no, it's a Muso game with JRPG elements.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people that say they want to see Persona 5 Scramble at TGS, and I'm like, well, it's already out in Japan, so what else do they have for Japan? So
And this is a show for Japan.
yeah, so for Japan. So unless there's gonna be like some type of DLC there, like
Yeah, I was gonna say, unless you're gonna see a Scramble DLC or a Scramble 2.
yeah,
Or a
I'd love to see-
Scramble edition.
Second game.
I would love to see more
Yeah.
Tales of Arise.
yeah, Tales of Arise. There's really no reason why that shouldn't be there.
That game has been radio.
What about that new From Software game?
Which
What's
one?
it called? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the one
Eden's
that people
Ring
have been-
or whatever.
Yeah, that one. People have been looking forward to that forever.
Elden Ring?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we teased it like 2 years ago.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys remember like the last noticeable Tokyo Game Show announcement?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Because I feel like
That
Tokyo
would-
Game Show has become like
Obsolete.
yeah, exactly. Like it really doesn't matter. And for the most part, what they're showing are games that are like almost mobile games. For the most part, like
I
nothing
would say
major
the
gets
past couple of
announced.
years, Tokyo Game Show has definitely been rather disappointing.
Yeah.
I think the last time I got hype off of Tokyo Game Show was when they announced the existence of Neo. Whichever Tokyo Game Show that was, I think that may have been either 2014 or 2015. That one in particular, they actually had some good things to show off other than Neo. That one, but like I said, at this point, we're talking about almost half a decade ago.
Yeah, that's true. And like, yeah, if we could talk about Tales of Arise, because Tales of Arise is supposed to come out this year, but it got delayed due to the global pandemic, supposedly. But
Keep in mind, we never even saw like past the first trailer for that either.
exactly. So there should be some more stuff here. Like I don't know where the game was, but it was slated to be releasing this year. So there should be, at least some beginning gameplay that they could show us some more. At least one more extra party member, because supposedly it's supposed to be like what a normal Tales game, having like 6 or 8 party members. So what's we don't even have. I say it before and I say it again. We don't even have character designs for the other party members yet. So it's like, what are you guys waiting for here? Because I get the feeling that the game was supposed to only have 2 party members, but people started complaining that it wouldn't be a Tales of game if you don't have 6 or 8 party members. Which I would have been okay with 2 party members if the gameplay is deep enough to warrant it.
I do doubt that because there's a very split second, like a literal split second of another character with like an actual design in the last trailer we got for it. If you pause it right, it's like a girl. It's been a while since I watched it, but yeah,
Okay,
they're
so
there.
Okay, so they are there, but like, what's taking so long for them to reveal stuff? This don't make no sense. Like, I get.
Yeah, it feels like, I mean, we understand the reason why Sony and Microsoft are like withholding in regards to like next generation stuff. They're playing chicken with each other, but it's like, to some degree, it feels like Bandai Namco's withholding something Tales of Arise related for some reason.
Yeah, I feel like the next time this game surfaces, this is gonna be a controversy. Something's gonna be wrong.
I'm just scared it's going to
feel the
have
next
the
time-
serious battle system.
No, like I said, as far as what we've seen, it looks like they are trying to, honestly, to me, in all seriousness, it looks similar to what the current Ys games look like. Open world. There's no arena. You see an enemy, you just come up and slash them. And
But that's been done before.
no, I'm not saying that hasn't been done before, but I'm saying in regards to action RPG adventure related stuff. That's what Tales of looks like it's moving over to, and I don't know how that's going to translate in regards to how in depth they can get their gameplay.
I feel like ever since Tales of Hysteria, like the Tales franchise or the developers, publishers, or whoever, they've been trying to chase like Western success. They're trying to figure out what works for the West, so the game could be good there or popular there or sell more there. But each time they try to deviate, it ends up being terrible.
I just want more games like Berseria. That was the first Tales game I played that I actually liked.
That was a good one.
Really?
People sleeping on that one.
Which ones did you play prior to that?
I think I played a bit of Tales of Symphonia, and I definitely tried Tales of Hysteria, and I got super bored really fast.
Let's see, you tried the first 3D Tales game, which is kind of rough, and then you tried the one even long-time Tales fans hate. So yes, Berseria would be the one you probably like first.
Yeah, you probably need to go play like Grace's F4 Abyss.
Yeah.
We finished Berseria. I
actually like this.
play the combat later.
Say you liked Berseria, Gab?
Yeah, it was my first one, but I actually really liked it. I don't know if it was just because like Saray and Miklia were just two Chads I really liked, but yeah.
Chads. Okay.
Chads. They're Chads.
Oh, okay.
They're
I the beholder, I guess. I don't know. Acebreaker gave us a super chat. For some reason, Microsoft is opening TGS 2020. That don't make no sense. Because Microsoft don't have a single game that they're going to be showing. Any next-gen games, I believe, that they announced that. They're not going to be showing a trailer. Like,
I think they said they're feeling confident about the Japanese market next gen or something like that, which
no,
is
they
weird.
shouldn't be. They really shouldn't be.
They just want Japanese people to buy their stuff, please.
Imagine Microsoft pulls a complete 360 and comes out with just a million JRPGs instead. They're like, this is
like Blue Dragon 2 and Infinite Undiscovery 2, and then they what was the game that Platinum Games dropped for them? I got them. What's it called? Scalebound. They bring Scalebound back or some shit.
a tear just brought to my eye by Sebastian.
Remember, they own
Mysterio ain't that bad.
Yeah, I see that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I enjoyed my time with Hysteria too.
But see, you guys are like newer Tales fans. You have nothing to compare
I was
it
just
to,
about to say that. I was just about to say that. I definitely do feel the reason I.
You mean like Vesperia?
Yes, Vesperia.
Shit.
Wait, Gabby, you don't like Vesperia?
No, it was boring as fuck. There was only one good character.
Lady Pelfy, you said you weren't that fond of that game either.
Yeah, it was all right. You know, I don't hate it. Like, I don't, I'm just like, oh, it was definitely just overhyped.
Here's something I've noticed with people that started with Berseria is that when they go back to games like Tales of Vesperia, where the battle system isn't presented to you at the beginning, they don't like it as much. So Vesperia, the game doesn't really hold your hand, and to get characters like super broken, you have to experiment with skills and stuff.
I think every time I hear about somebody not liking Vesperia, it's mostly the story.
I agree.
Yeah. It's like they mess up the story like halfway through, which was my original argument.
Like the main character though, right?
Yeah, Yuri's cool. Yuri's like one of the best Tales, probably second best
protagonist.
Yeah.
Thing is, he carries the whole game. It feels like you know, without Yuri, the game just would not. It just wouldn't hold as well as it did. It was Yuri,
Wasn't there like a dog that everyone liked too?
Repeat. Repeat's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the game. If the game focused on,
I don't like it, but we'll see.
Yeah, if the game focused on Yuri and his struggle with what his ideal justice was and stuff like that, and maybe going against Flynn a little bit more, it would have been okay. But then it deviates to some guy that wants to take control of the world. Yeah, a little more for the most part.
See, most people don't say Vesperia is amazing for his story. It's all about the gameplay.
I think mostly about the gameplay and the graphics. For the most part,
yeah,
it's like
that's what I hear too. Lady Public, that's what I hear.
It's like people like some Tales games for the gameplay and some for the story. Vesperia falls into gameplay.
Okay.
Same with Graces. Like no one really raves about the story. It's all about the gameplay.
I don't think anyone is saying that it's better than Grace's stuff, but I think they are saying that it is apparently in the upper echelon of the gameplay Tales of.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think Vesperia is better than Graces.
What? Wait, from what standpoint? Like overall gameplay, story, characters?
I'm definitely gonna say the story, for the most part, because Grace's story about friendship and Richard's crap, That was just boring to me. But as a gameplay standpoint, Graces still stands above them all, for the most part. Actually, Berseria might be on par with Graces F when it comes to combat.
Nah, I put Berseria towards the bottom of Tales games.
Oh no, Berseria is definitely not bottom. No. Berseria isn't bottom, but
talking about gameplay only.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like, still gaplay. Like,
really? Compared to Rebirth, that scene director's cut? Really?
Okay, I haven't played that, so I can't.
Yeah, I can't.
But I mean, even so, let's say Rebirth is up there, right? With Tales of Grace is up there. I mean, that's fine, but like, Berseria, that doesn't make Berseria bad. I don't understand why people.
This gameplay is just
like,
really.
Berseria is like. If you say, I would disagree. I think, like, I don't know why you'd say the others are strong, I guess, is what I'd have to
sorry.
Vesperia is not in depth as other Tales games, and also there's no how to say everything in the gameplay is kind of handed to you at the beginning of the game. Like there's no real evolution of the gameplay like most other Tales games. Like the way you play Tales of the Abyss in the beginning is very different than how you'll be playing by the end with like combos you'll be pulling off.
I haven't played Abyss in a while, so you might be right there then. I don't know. I love Berseria's gameplay. Oh, I just felt like a monster. Like I felt like I was a cut above everybody. And I understand from, a gameplay perspective, like, a sense of progression was robbed, but I felt like, you're a Therian, you're a demon-eating demon. Like that feels good. Like I should be above other demons. I should be above people, I felt that way. Like, and it was kind of like the opposite effect, which again, I understand how that wouldn't work, or that you could feel robbed of like progression and stuff like that. But I just felt like I was above everybody, and I was, so it felt nice. So it was the inverse of, starting out weak and getting badass. You just were badass, and then you were more badass.
Yeah, that was the best.
I will say that for Berseria, I generally don't like action RPGs that much, but Berseria just clicked with me because the story and the characters were just so damn good. I love the characters and I love the story.
I feel like too many people sleep on Berseria. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't get its due diligence.
That's because Zestiria did a critical damage to the Tales of game.
But still.
Listen, okay? Just because you got over that hurdle, not everyone's you, Shadow. So,
yeah, everybody can't be amazing as me. Go ahead.
Oh my god. Anyways. No, but even me, like, I was done with Tail. Like, Zestiria was so bad. I was like, I don't really care. Everyone swore by Berseria, and I was like, no. Until someone literally shipped it to me, and I was like, well, all right, fine. And then it was really good. But Zestiria was just so bad. And then when you hear that it's like it has Zestiria's lore, like Zestiria is like whatever. True. Like again, Zestiria did critical damage to the Tales of May, where it was just so bad. But Berseria really took what Zestiria had and made it work. And again, I think the cast was phenomenal. I thought the story was very touching, very intense, very dark, because normally Tales of games aren't, we had a very different protagonist. The most different protagonists are probably Yuri and Velvet. I'm thinking everybody else is like, who's our Abyss guy?
Luke.
I want to say as
I was gonna say Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the three like unique one. Luke is bratty, Berserker, and Velvet's to herself, and Yuri has his own like kind of moral compass going on. Right, three very unique. Everyone else is like, oh, I'm gonna help people. We have Lloyd Irving. We have the person from Tales of Hearts R, who was like a good, a good person. We have Zestiria. Soray was a good, person. So Mila Maxwell was like, she was a good person, but more stoic. She was a little different, but not. She was like middle ground, But Jude was a good person, We have all these good. So I think that alone, just Velvet alone, she didn't carry it. Like I think all the characters were very well written, but she helped. I think having a whole different, just having a whole different protagonist, and I think more Tales of games should do that. I'm tired of the goody two shoes protagonists. We get it. There are people who like to do good. We got it.
Another issue I had with Berseria, well, I think they fixed it a bit from Zestiria, is that one, the skits were long, and two, the skits were like long lore dumps. Berseria wasn't as bad as Zestiria in that regard, but they were still like stupid long. Because like skits were never meant to be that.
Yeah, but they did that in Berseria. Berseria's skits, they were almost cutscenes.
Interesting.
So we've been talking about Tales for a while, but do you guys think we're gonna see any Shin Megami Tensei 5 gameplay at Tokyo Game Show?
That would be.
Maybe.
I hope so. Atlas is there, so we should see.
I would
that.
hope
We
so.
know the game exists now.
I know, right?
I still want to see like just a gameplay screenshot. Like I just want to see how the gameplay looks.
Yeah, I like to see the UI. Just to see
Right.
what's inside the battle UI. I know it's gonna be turn based. You know you're gonna have to weaken the system. You know you're gonna be negotiating with demons. But let's just see what kind of new battle feature they add to it.
So,
And I've kept the smirk systems back.
you think the battle UI is going to do what a lot of these modern turn-based JRPGs are doing? Where
I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna mimic something like Persona 5, but it might have like the face button thing going on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The shortcut buttons.
Yeah, they might have something like that. That's more of a modern thing, and people relate to that a little bit better.
I don't think that there should ever be another JRPG without that kind of, or at least turn-based one without that kind of like combat UI where you just press a button and you do the thing.
Yeah.
It's so much faster and smooth. I can't go back.
I don't believe for that one because like even the new Fairy Tail RPG did it, so that was really good.
Would that work for SMT though?
I mean,
Could
why
make it work.
wouldn't it work?
But it's like the amount of demons and skills you use. Would that really be optimal?
I mean, you could still select how many skills you
Yeah,
want after
not,
you hit
yeah, not
spells.
saying that changed the entire thing to, obviously you're going to have a shortcut to get to the list of whatever you have, just like the forefront layer to be a shortcut list. And then all of the stuff behind it can be like a regular list.
It's never been a big deal for me, so I'm fine either way. But I guess it would be nice.
And this game's been in development for a long time, so I don't think asking for a screenshot is, too much to ask of the gameplay at this point.
Apparently that's too much to ask for. You ain't getting no damn screenshot, right? Fall back. No Shin Megami Tensei 5 until 2025.
I think the reason I'm so anxious to see is that it will be the first 3D mainline game, since Nocturne on the PS2. Because remember, 4 went 2D.
All right. That's true.
Would this also be the first mainline HD Shin Megami Tensei game?
Yeah, mainline, yeah.
Yeah, HD, yeah, definitely.
Isn't it dungeon crawling in SMT4 3D though? Or are you just like specifically talking about the combat?
Combat.
I don't think they're going to do dungeon crawling. That's like a thing of the past for this series and RPGs, almost RPGs in general.
I love dungeon crawling.
I mean, I do too. Don't get me wrong.
4 did it fine.
4 didn't. That wasn't really dungeon crawling. That was just a full force dungeons for the most part.
Yeah, once you got a Naruto, it was just kind of
Oh yeah, Naruto.
normal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I hope we see some more. But other than that, like, what other? I want to see Bravely Default 2. Where's that game at?
Forgot
Bravely
about
Default
that.
who?
Yeah, Bravely Default 2.
Yeah.
That's another one.
I didn't forget about it, but I felt.
I feel like that's delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely
yeah.
delayed. It's coming out next year. There's no way that's coming out this year. Square Enix just ain't saying yet.
Absolutely.
Like,
I'd love to hear something about the next Trails game.
which one?
Next Trails game after Hajimari.
Do you think
Like,
there's gonna be a
they said they're making like a new combat system, so it's probably not going to be there. It's a long shot, but it would be cool.
Yeah, they said they were gonna be making the game have some action elements in the game, and people were worried that it's going to be an action game. I'm like, they just said action elements. They are in no way gonna change the Trails combat system to action
Yeah.
overnight.
Never know. This could be for a new trilogy or something, and then go back. You know,
Nah,
I think it might be real time with pause like Gargov was.
Yeah, I still need to go through the gag harp.
could just copy the E series too.
I kind of hope they don't.
Yeah, I really hope they don't. Just keep it turn based.
Yeah, honestly, I say keep.
I definitely think that would be my preference, but
Like,
if it's gonna happen.
Because like you made your obviously other than Dragon Quest X, Dragon Quest as a franchise mainline has been turn based.
Yeah.
Right.
People go to that because they know what they're gonna get. And I feel at this point, Trails has finally gotten into that area where they've solidified themselves to some degree. and changing it up now that they finally, quote unquote, made it, I feel is a bit of a tricky decision to do.
The only reason they would probably change it is for Westerners, so Westerners can get more into the game.
How would you feel they went the Final Fantasy VII route, like that type of action?
I don't know.
I
think
honest,
Go ahead.
Now, I don't know how I would feel about it myself. I would see how I look, how it would play, how smooth it would be.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all about execution at that point.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't like shun it because it's now action. You know, like a lot of people would do that, just like they did with Final Fantasy VII Remake. They just shunned it because it was action. I wouldn't do that. I gotta play it.
I'd still play it, but I wouldn't really like it that much, I gotta say.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you gave me a choice, I'm always gonna say turn-based, and that's probably, bad. You're not changing, you're not, wanting to see something different, but turn-based.
Trails has like the perfect iteration of its combat system in the last few games, and I would have preferred to see them focus on game balance going into the future, because the most recent Trails games have been just like broken as hell as far as the difficulty and balance is concerned.
Somebody recently somebody asked me on Twitter what I was playing Trails from Zero on, and I told them I was playing normal because the Trails games on harder difficulties just become about you having broken characters or having characters that can evade everything.
I would say that on Nightmare. They Nightmare difficulty kind of forces you, kind of borderline forces you to create broken characters to come.
I'd say
I would actually say that the Crossbell arc actually has really balanced gameplay, and it's the only one that actually plays well on Nightmare.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would, if you don't want to play Nightmare, I highly recommend Hard or the Crossbell games. I don't know about Nightmare.
It works. It's really balanced.
But I know for Cold Steel 3, like even you, Riku, said that Nightmare or Hard was just ridiculous.
No, Nightmare.
Cold Steel 3 is so broken. The difficulty mod. Just go with the difficulty mod, man.
I think the only issue I had. Yeah, I think the only issue I had with Cold Steel 3 on Nightmare were certain enemies that have the ability to recover like 75% of their health on their turn. So it kind of gets stuck in this loop of, unless you use like Chronoburst to stop them from getting the turns, they're going to be alive forever.
I kind of feel like a lot of people had problems with that, because I know a friend of mine, she had a problem with enemies recovering. I think in Cold Steel 3 and in Cold Steel 2, but eventually just have like your crafts ready and just spam them. Yeah.
Some of the break orders in CS3 are just ridiculous. Like Elliot's in vanilla is like 70% damage reduction for 12 straight actions. It's insane.
I know I set up Muse to just use Diamond Dust like repeatedly. Like she would use it once, use a brave order that costs no turn for arts, and she would just spam it for like 5 turns straight until she ran out of EP. I was like, God damn, this is just too easy to
No, I agree with you that in regards to if there were anything I would like them to change about the gameplay is more, just balance it more, because I really didn't have that many nitpicks or complaints about Cold Steel 3, and that was like the only like legit con I could.
The difficulty mod is just so good on Hard or Nightmare. It's just fantastic. I highly recommend it. I play tested it, so I would know.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's for PC.
So. Yeah.
But no, it'd be cool if we saw something at Tokyo Game Show in regards to that. But I mean, I remember a few years back, that's where they announced the PlayStation 4 version for Ys 8 at Tokyo Game Show. So it's not like they haven't shown up at Tokyo Game Show before.
That's true.
I don't think they told anyone that they were showing up that year either. So it's not impossible.
All right. Any last minute predictions for Tokyo Game Show, or do you guys just think it's gonna be a whatever type deal?
I hope it doesn't suck. Give me at least one thing that I care about, and then I will feel like I came out with a W.
I'm not expecting any industry breaking announcements or anything.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything, but. Yeah.
All I want is a new third-party spin-off Muso game. That's all I want. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, they just said that 2 Muso games.
All I'm saying is,
can be game series.
All I'm saying is, Jay Run in the chat, he's got it right. He said Sarah and Emma. He's got it right. As long as you include Emma in that, we good.
Well, he didn't mention Elisa, so he was immediately disqualified.
Listen, man, nobody cares about Elisa like that, all right?
That
she's
ain't
not
true.
She's not even the main romance. We all know.
My
God.
God.
All right. We all know what's up.
Yo, these Elisa fans are like they're growing each and every day. I remember back when Cold Silver started, there were no Elisa fans. They all hated Elisa.
Hello?
I
Yeah.
hate Lisa.
What?
It's her outfit in CS3. It's her outfit in Cold Steel 3. That's what's
That's
doing
what won me over.
it. Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All her past transgressions have been forgiven.
Are out?
Oh man.
No, the only reason Elisa is good is because of Heavenly Gift. That craft is so overpowered.
Is that the one that like she resurrect? Oh no, that's her.
No, it's the one in like CS1 and CS2 where she gives you insight and CP generation.
That one. Oh yeah.
God, that thing is so broken.
I was gonna say Blessed Arrow. That one. Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
She's
She's so good in combat. Oh my god.
She's a good character. But
All right.
best girl,
Put some respect on her name.
I'm giving that to Rishi.
Who are you giving that to, Riku? Huh?
Rishia.
Oh, okay.
Best girl is Toa. Toa is the best girl.
All right. She
Yo,
might be in the
Toa's
running.
kind of worth that.
I've literally written essays on my Toa as the best girl, so you probably don't want to get me started on this.
Wow.
He said, "Bring your essay, buddy. Where is your essay about best girl?" Because mine's right here.
I have multiple essays. I can share links.
Oh,
So
man.
one, she's also in Tokyo genre, dude.
Oh,
That
man.
is a good point.
This Toa stuff. All right, so I guess that's it for Tokyo Game Show. I just hope we see something, anything. I don't want this Tokyo Game Show to pass up and it's just a dud for the most part. I'm actually gonna make a video about Tokyo Game Show soon. Yeah. So real quick, let's just talk about Ryza just for 2 seconds here. I feel like we talk about this girl every podcast almost. Ryza has gone on to sell over 500K units out here.
So this is undoubtedly the best Atelier, selling.
Oh, absolutely.
right? Like
Absolutely.
no other game came close, correct?
Nowhere near close.
And nobody can deny that booty wins.
I
Unfortunately.
thought it was thighs, but yeah. I mean, she apparently she has everything, right?
Yeah,
Like,
she's
like- and what, they're making a sequel of it now?
yeah. They're making Ryza 2. They got a manga coming out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I heard
they said they wanted to make a trilogy, right?
Yeah, they're gonna make a trilogy. Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't hear about the trilogy, but I heard this is the first time in the Atelier games that there is a direct sequel keeping the same protagonist. Is that true?
Is it?
Maybe?
Wait, is it? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I
cool.
heard. Like I have
People
a
in the
friend.
chat, help me out. Is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, people in the chat, let us know. But I heard from one of my friends who plays the Atelier games. He was surprised when he heard that this is, what's her name? Her name is
Ryza.
Ryza. Yeah,
Ryza instead or something like that.
yeah.
Like the games where the main character is like an alchemist or something, and you have like lots of crafting.
Yeah. So I guess Mazio saying it is. Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure. Like Manica. No, what about Iris? Wasn't there Atelier Iris 1 and Iris 2?
But was she the protagonist in Iris 2?
I want to say maybe. Yeah. Herb Soda says so. Yeah. Iris 2, I think did. See, we just forgetting now about all Atelier games.
Iris?
Ryza.
Yeah, I want to get into the franchise, but not anytime soon.
I don't think you
But-
need to. You just need to just play
Really?
Ryza. Just play Ryza and up.
I mean, I got a bunch of them on my Vita right here.
Nah,
But if
man.
they only play Ryza, I mean,
Yeah, you talking about that Vita, man? I'm sorry, that Vita. I can't play anything on that Vita anymore.
You got a Switch and he still touches that Vita.
And I'm sorry, Riku. Like I completely like almost wasted your time for the most part, giving you the Vita, putting stuff on there because I didn't finish third on it, and I'm playing Trails from Zero on PC. I'm sorry, man. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Vita is the best handheld console of all time.
Whoa! This is
you-
why Riku brings his friends around, bro. This is crazy.
first of all, I didn't know he liked Vita. Okay, that's
I
just
like the story.
all right. But I mean, it is what it is. It's all right. Just trying to help a butt out. But yeah, it is what it is.
So yeah, Ryza going on and do numbers. Gonna be the best Atelier game. I'm just really curious. I really want to go like 2 years into the future and see where the Atelier games are, because they can't still be on Ryza in 2022. I
Yeah,
really want to see
Ryza
what they
3.
do next.
Ryza 3, baby.
Oh,
Ryza
man.
4.
No, you can't do no Ryza 4. Absolutely not. I'm be tired with her. Even I'd be tired of her about at that point.
We'll see. I mean, it's Gus, so Atelier is going to continue, but what? Yeah, that's a good question.
All right. Let's see here. We talked a little bit about Bravely Default too, where it's at. We know it's missing. I don't think we need to talk about that anymore. Unless Pelva, you got something to say? Because I know you are a huge Bravely fan.
No, I'm not surprised. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
I gave up on Bravely after the 3DS gen.
Really? Why is that?
Played the demo and did not enjoy it at all. Didn't like what they did to it. It just feels very bland, and I just feel like when it comes out, y'all are gonna be saying the same thing.
Did you get to the second half of the first game that everyone hates, or even before
No,
Mhm.
I think I got stuck at one of the bosses. Like it was like the it's a really hard boss that I got stuck at, and I just stopped after that.
Nah, man. I know Pelva got some choice words for saying.
It was like the bomb guy. It was, I don't know if you guys remember, but he has like different bombs and stuff. And
It's been a while.
anyway, he's
remember
most
which.
in the game. He's optional, but like his job class is insane. So I was trying to get it.
Oh, well, I must have fought him because I got every job class and I maxed out every job. I was level 99.
Pelva out here full of gloat marks.
It's true. I love Bravely. Like even if like you could say the aesthetic is like not pleasing or whatever, the characters aren't. I don't play Bravely for the characters. I don't play Bravely for the story. As long as you give me a class system, you allow me to mix and match passive skills, I'm golden. I love that.
Did you say you haven't played 5 yet, like FF5?
No, I haven't. No.
That's where all these games are inspired from.
Oh no, I'm aware. I mean, that's cool. That's all I got to say on that. That's cool. But I love Default. Well, I have a lot of games on my list, buddy. So patience.
I'm starting to feel the same way about Final Fantasy Tactics, to be honest. I like the protagonist, Ramza. He seems interesting, and the story is going somewhere that is intriguing. But it feels like I think I am a person that really likes classes and mixing and matching them together. I didn't know I was this person until I played Final Fantasy V, and I'm like, oh, I really fucking like doing this type of stuff. So I do need to play the Bravely Default games if that's what it's
Oh
all.
man.
Pelvic, it was the
It has the same thing of Octopath. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was the Conjurer, I think, or no, it wasn't the Conjurer, but it was like the guy that has all the vials on his body.
Oh, I know what job you're talking about. Yeah, his
Oh, you mean
boss
the
is very
alchemist?
hard.
Yes, yeah.
That was a hard fight.
Oh, it was. I don't remember. All I know is
Over level Pelvic.
Oh, man. Pelva out here saying
You know
she's
what?
above
Oh, it's the
everybody.
Salve Maker. That's what it is. Salve Maker was the best healer. Oh man, you could just wipe. You just wipe people. Oh, so good. I loved grinding in that game. I loved like mixing and matching. Like while I was grinding, you mix and match things. You like, oh, this could work with this. Oh, this could stack. Oh, are you kidding me? What? It was just like it's like JRPG candy. It's gosh, it was so good. I love the Bravely games in regards to gameplay. Story, I don't care. When the story is subpar and everyone's complaining about it, I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm not even going to defend it. I'm just like, yeah, probably.
So you
Yeah,
you didn't have a problem. You didn't have a problem going back and forth to the I think it was a whole
I
thing
100%. I 100% had a problem with it. Oh, I hated it.
So
hated
wait, but you can battle and mix and match all the time. So I figured you would just love going back and going to all the dungeons and stuff like that.
I'm mixing and matching fighting regular opponents, not bosses, where there's 4 different, four classes that are like, they're higher level. So if you're fighting like a white mage, one of like the earlier classes or something like that, you fight her at level what, like 5, 10. This was a level, 50 white mage, and you're like, oh shit, she can heal everybody now and not just one person, one at a time. It's hard. I was like, okay, this is, I'm not that crazy about this game. Let's calm down. Let's get to the end of this. All right. Because I repeated that. I got the true ending my first round, and I was going for my like the fake ending, but I just didn't care. I just stopped. I was like, you know what? I was already like max leveled, so like the fun was gone for me. But and once I realized I didn't have to fight all those optional guys at the end, I was like, skip. Just go straight to the crystal, man. It's like
So-
bye.
So which one is better? Bravely Default or Octopath Traveler?
Gameplay wise,
Yep.
I still prefer Bravely Default.
Default's better gameplay wise.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the reason why Octopath Traveler is it feels a little unbalanced in the sense of like regular battles, I felt like took a little longer than what they needed to. Like the brake system is a cool idea. Love the idea of brake systems. But I just felt like it took too long. I just I don't think it rolled as smoothly as I would have liked.
I think I
Here's
see
the
where you're
thing
coming
with
from.
the thing with
sorry?
Octopath is that there's 4 extra jobs that are like the most busted in the game and completely shift the game in your favor.
That's if you're doing like, can you? I thought you can only get those after the game was beat, or
No.
Okay.
Nope.
okay. Kind of forgot. It's been a while since I played Octopath.
I don't know. But I'm not gonna lie. Maybe like I'm a crappy JRPG gamer after all. I could not figure out the purpose of like a rune, whatever, like a rune master or something. Everyone says that was so broken. I was like, how? What do you do?
It's
What
a,
am I missing?
it's a knight that uses spells to augment its power.
Yeah, but like so pretty much you can give like someone's cane the power of fire, right? So now when they hit someone with the cane, they hit 2 weaknesses essentially, right?
Sort of, yes. But that wasn't the only thing that job could do. I forgot what else, but that was like its core ability, but it had others.
I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't using it right. I feel like I just sucked at it. Anyways.
I was the only person that didn't really care for not Bravely Default Octopath after I actually got into it and started playing it for hours and realized it's literally just a grind fest.
I kind of disagree with you on that one because you need required
It's
levels to. move
There's
the
no
story.
like the story's not even good. It's just a grind fest. I was just
It was
oh,
maybe it's just the way
Okay.
I played because I figured out how to get
Hold
like
up.
infinite money, so it wasn't a grind fest for me. But otherwise,
Hold
I
up.
maybe would have agreed.
I disagree that the story was bad, okay? The common complaint I hear about Octopath Traveler is that it didn't have, or rather, the overarching, like, oh my god, a villain is trying to destroy the world or conquer the world. That whole plot was kind of like took a backseat. I think that was a great idea, and I thought it was incredibly refreshing to hone in on each individual character and their personal struggle, and within their personal story, yeah, we got like little tidbits that kind of alluded to some demon being resurrected or something, right? But I thought that was such a refreshing take. I don't need the whole save the world thing. Sometimes it's just about, understanding morality or, finding or, seeking revenge on whoever like killed your parents or something. I don't know what happened, but seeking revenge for whatever reason. It was a nice personal story, and I like that.
I think that was fine. It's just that like they didn't intertwine in their stories. It was like only one person, like whoever's story it was. That was all that it was. Like you didn't see what's her name, Primrose and Cyrus's story. You didn't see the merchant in anybody else's story. Like it was just so isolated.
Yeah,
I
that was
felt
the
like
main issue people had.
together almost, and I was like, well, they don't really care for each other at all. They just kind of ended up together, and then
Yeah,
and
they
then
got these
GameStop got the
skits.
game back.
I was like,
I would agree for more camaraderie between them, but I think the whole purpose, what the developer, if I was in the developer's head, was to focus on them. That's why there wasn't like big party chats. There were party chats, if you had the right party selected, right? And if you were at the right place at the right time, blah, blah, blah. That it existed, true. But like when any main cutscene happened, you only saw like Cyrus. If it was a Cyrus' story, you only saw Cyrus. The other team just literally was not in the picture. But I think they were just trying to push the fact that this is Cyrus's story. This is Tessa's story. This is Primrose's story. This is so-and-so. But I do understand. That's right.
I can actually tell
That's
you what the
right.
dev was thinking because they told us the game was meant to be played like a storybook, where you would play like someone's chapter, turn the game off, come back, play another chapter, and then keep going, so forth and so forth. That's what they were going for at Octopath.
Like Odin Sphere, but not good.
oh my god.
Wow, Gab.
All right, wow. I was like, damn. Unnecessary shots.
Yeah.
All right.
I think just to throw something in there. If you do like the class system type of JRPG games, I think that you will fairly enjoy Final Fantasy Tactics when you eventually.
Oh, I'm aware. I've already got the talk. Sorry.
My man sat me down and gave me the talk.
I was not aware that this game had, in regards to its class system, it went as deep as it does. But I'm here, and apparently I'm one of these guys. I did not know I was a person that liked to mix and match, and I knew I was a guy that liked to optimize my characters, but I didn't know I was a person that liked to mess around with a whole bunch of classes and do all that stuff. But Final Fantasy V has awakened that in me, and now I'm doing it in tactics, and I will find more games that do that like this.
Alrighty, all right. Let's go on to the biggest news I think that dropped this week or a few days ago. This Super Mario stuff. Which Blake, I'm gonna need you to explain this stuff to me because I don't understand what's going on here. We're getting what, 3 games out of this thing, and they're all full price, and they're not even enhanced.
Hold up. What did you just say?
They're not enhanced?
No. Before that,
We're getting 3 games.
yeah, yeah, 3 games.
Okay.
Yes, we're getting 3 games.
Okay.
And one collection.
One collection is $60, right?
$60 for 3 Nintendo games. Yes.
Okay. And they're not enhanced at all.
That I've already
they're
multiple
upscaled.
times.
They're upscaled.
They're upscaled. Okay. And they're only available for a limited time.
March.
So when it comes to that, there is tons of conjecture on the internet, and we won't know until Nintendo comments on it. What I think is going to happen is that the actual collection itself is going to be for limited time, and then after that, they may end up putting Mario 64 on Switch Online for free, or they might just sell the game separately.
Okay,
The collection,
I
the collection
them separately because
For free.
I'll say like for free. Nah.
they're never gonna give us anything for free because they just want money. Like
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't give 2 shits about what we want, and I think we all understand that in this podcast.
I heard the reason they're doing this around this time and keeping it up for the specific amount of time that they're keeping it up for. There's a high chance that it has to do with the fiscal year.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, because they don't have anything really, for the most part, coming out in 2020. So to save face,
Kind of just pulled this out of the vault.
yeah.
Seriously, what can make some money in a couple months? I know. Let's put Mario out again. Everybody loves Mario. Like,
Actually,
oh
this,
my god,
this collection was supposed to come out in June, but
It was
got
actually
delayed.
leaked like last year
It
too.
was leaked in January, February. If you look at the Mario Maker event, Nintendo forgot to update it. It said the Mario Maker event was supposed to run from April 17th to 24th, implying that all that Mario stuff was supposed to start at the beginning of the year, not towards the end of the year.
Real quick, just interesting. I see in the chat, J1 said Crash and Spiral are remakes and were priced at $40, 3 games each. So why are we getting this Mario game and it's $60 and they're not even doing
Because
anything?
it's Mario.
Because
It's not
Nintendo.
It's not Spyro. You know what this was.
Tax.
There
Nintendo
you
Tag.
go. I was
Ah,
paying Nintendo Tag since I was born.
Yeah, what are you talking about? This isn't new. Worthy of criticism, sure, but this isn't new.
all right, fair enough.
I find it interesting that I think this stands out as a sore thumb more than most things that they've done in the past. Usually when Nintendo does stuff like this, because like we have said they have done this in the past, usually you don't hear this much of an outrage.
That's true. I've heard a lot of people say some
Okay,
stuff.
okay. But while there is an outrage, I want you to know every person practically every person who's outraged has also bought this game. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we're a part of the problem, just so we're
Well,
clear here. Like I'm not happy about it, but I bought it. I was like, yep.
I
it's
mean,
in my
I didn't buy it.
I think Nintendo fans in general right now are just outraged to be outraged. Like, for example, everyone was pissy at Sword and Shield. Fastest selling Pokemon games ever. You're complaining it's going to do anything.
To be fair, those were legitimate reasons for the
So
most
shitty
part.
games.
No, but that's fine. You can complain about it, but the whole point is money is what talks. You could say whatever you want on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
You could say whatever you want. But when you, again, Pokemon, Sword and Shield, fastest selling Pokemon games. Say what you want about it. Say what you want. Critique it. It's not above criticism. Okay? No one's saying that.
Yeah,
It
but
should be talked about. Should be
It's a brand
critiqued,
thing.
you know?
Apple, you know, like Nintendo branded stuff, Pokemon branded stuff is gonna sell because it's that brand.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I feel like no matter what, I feel like if every single person who complained about Pokemon Sword and Shield, if they didn't buy it, it didn't matter because the casuals and everybody who didn't care about the stuff they were doing were gonna buy it, and they outnumber the minority of people who actually care.
Well, it's also the fact that parents are brainlessly buying them for their kids as well.
Yeah, see, it's still like the casuals are just outnumbered.
Yeah, the casuals. No, he's right. He is right. He is right.
Can I just say I'm in the minority that complain about them but also haven't bought them? Thank you.
Oh, okay, good on you, yeah. Because I went out here, I complained and got both.
Nintendo.
You got both Sword and Shield?
Yeah, I did actually.
Jesus
What
Christ.
Nintendo play?
I'm a double pack.
You play or both? You play them and beat them both?
Yeah, I beat them both.
Man, oh,
Nerd.
Damn. Yo, she said the. Oh, that's crazy.
Nerd. Oh my god.
And the DLCs.
Oh my lord.
The only game I own on my Switch is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
The only game I own on my Switch is that Xenoblade.
So back to Mario. When it comes to Mario, I'm not outraged at this because when they were leaked, they never specifically said that they were going to be like upscaled, and I've never really come to expect Nintendo to remake 3 of those games from the ground up and upscale all of them for one price. If
Blake,
you know Nintendo, it's not going to happen.
You don't have to remake them though. Like emulators can do, like they're essentially giving you an emulated copy of a game.
Right.
Here's my question, Blake. Do you expect Nintendo to do anything?
I am always satisfied with their games, so I mean they don't have to.
Jeez.
See, that's the problem. That's the goddamn problem. You gotta expect them to do stuff.
We admit we're a part of the problem. I admit it, bro. I'm like,
just kidding. No, I love
I
you
don't
guys.
give a shit. I don't give a shit. I was like, oh my god, I love all of these games, so I'm gonna buy them. And especially because they're see, I think the most egregious part of this isn't the price, okay? The most egregious part of it is the limited editions, the limited run, the fact that like they're limiting digital things to like. I'm like, why are you selling limited digital That doesn't even make sense, you know? Like limited digital copies.
Like I said, I feel
The reason for this is to get income influx at a specific point of time because they know they'll get money in this time. They'll say, okay, everyone's going to pre-order this game. Everyone's going to buy this game. And then until March, they're going to continue to buy this game. So now we have a steady influx of money going all the way till March. So we don't have to worry about making anything like crazy until then. We can fuel our projects until then.
You know what's also interesting about it is because they can also re-release it on the next like Switch.
Or, you know what's even funnier? They can bring it back in like a year or two on the Switch and sell it again, and people will buy it. And
legitimate business strategy.
I think this is gonna like have a dangerous trend on like remasters and stuff like that.
That's what scares me.
Yeah,
that's the part that scares me.
To be fair, even if people did like in the miracle reality where people stopped buying Nintendo things because they were mad at them, Nintendo just has so much money they could keep going for like 20 years without any of it.
That's not accurate, actually, because if Nintendo stopped getting money, they'd start running out pretty fast. And the reality, like, you've seen companies go through COVID and get completely obliterated. So if people stop buying and they can no longer fund anything they're doing, that's when it's going to get desperate. But I feel like this generation is going to have a really big change and effect on the gaming community for the reason that I think a lot of people are going to switch to PC.
That, and I would say in regards to if people, let's say people finally started voting with their wallets and it said, fuck you, Nintendo, I'm sick and tired of your bullshit, right? And Nintendo games stop selling, you know what they're going to do, right? They're just going to make a good game because that's one thing we can all agree. Nintendo
I don't think it's about Nintendo in general. I think this goes for any
genuinely makes good games when they want to, right? And when that genuinely good game comes around, people are going to start voting for their wallets and they're going to be back in the green again. But until then, you're going to get bullshit like this.
I don't think it'll happen.
We're just talking about what ifs and what they would do.
You know? I don't think Nintendo. Well,
people like Blake, when you heard their answer, they're not going to go out of business.
Right, exactly.
Listen, in my personal opinion, if you see a game and you want to get the game and play the game.
Oh my gosh. See,
I think you guys are giving gamers too much credit, voting with their
This is
wallets.
the problem, though. Is Blake is part of the problem. That's the consumption factor. Is that people
That there's a game coming out that I want to play. I'm sorry if I want to play a game coming out.
So
Like
No,
you
I have
say-
to agree with Blake on this one, dog. Like, if there's a game that you want, then people are gonna buy it. And like, even if Blake and I, let's say, like, we're like, we're not gonna buy it, we're not gonna play it. I mean, there's gonna be like hundreds of thousands
yeah.
of other people who will. So, like, Nintendo, I promise you, Nintendo's not losing sleep over Blake and I's $60 or
No, of course not.
combined 120. Like,
we're not.
fine.
Here's the thing. All we're saying is that you guys deserve better, and you know it. Okay.
There's alternatives now.
Oh,
So
look at you trying to word it like that. Look at you word it like
You're
that.
not my mom.
I mean,
But
that's
also-
one of the main reasons why people complain. It's because why? Where's Mario Galaxy 2 in this collection? They complain about a lot of things when it comes to this collection. Other than the fact that it's limited and it's high, but other things like I said, the Galaxy 2, or the fact that it's not up to snuff from a remastered or HD port quality, all of that stuff. Like I said, it all comes down to us saying that, come on, guys, you deserve better than this.
The most
We're not
important
saying
fact
that you shouldn't play it. We're just saying
if we
that.
allow this to happen, it's just going to continue to happen, and it's going to shape the gaming industry in a negative way. And I think we're trying to avoid that. Is like the main thing.
I think it's inevitable because once a company
Lady-
realizes they have a
Lady
scumbag
Pelvic,
tactic,
which one do you want, Lady Pelvic? A remake from the ground up, nice and clean, Majora's Mask, or Majora's Mask on the Switch? Either or.
Oh, I would love a full blown remake. Are you kidding me?
Now, all we're saying is that you deserve better. You deserve that, that version of the game, and you already have your Majora's Mask. Your
I
regular
do.
version, and it's great.
Yeah, you're right. I do deserve the best, so I deserve both. I'd buy both. What are you on about?
Like I said,
My chat
you can't
said
deserve both.
feels like. Am I the only one here who feels like Nintendo's becoming more
Like,
anti-consumer?
bought it out.
100% right.
I'm that way a long ass time.
That word, anti-consumer. Oof,
No,
we're here.
I just listen. I mean, I would, and you know what else I read though? Interestingly enough, like where like ports or remasters, they're usually quick money projects, obviously, but those are used to obviously fund the next game. Like if they just put Majora's Mask on the Switch, whatever, I would buy it, like just a remaster, just a remaster of it. But knowing that it would be like that money would be used to make the next big Zelda game, yeah, okay.
No,
But they're
how do
using
you know
this
that
money
money is
to make,
being used for the next game? How do you know that?
I don't. But it's the next Nintendo. But hold up. But
Yeah.
it's the next Nintendo game. What Nintendo game, like raw Nintendo game, that you could think of was actually bad? Like raw Nintendo. I mean, Mario Odyssey was great. Breath of the Wild was great. Tropical Freeze was great.
I would
Pikmin's
say
have always been good to my
Breath of the
understanding.
Wild was great,
Like,
but
what-
the rest of them I wouldn't put up to great standards. I'd put them up to
Are you
moderate.
fucking? What the fuck? Oh my god! Mario Odyssey was phenomenal.
Mario went
Hating
back
Link's
to
Awakening
up.
this way.
That shit you only
Are you
play once
fucking
and
kidding
forget
me?
about it after 6 hours.
Are you fucking?
Gabby with the hottest of the hottest.
Speak for yourself, sister. Because Mario Odyssey was phenomenal. I don't
I
give a
agree.
shit. I will defend that
And
game with my
people in
life.
chat agreeing with me and everything. Damn.
I don't care. You can have all the chat, baby. It don't matter. Pelvic is staying with Pelvic side, okay? And Mario Odyssey was a fantastic game. It was fantastic. I can't believe you could say it's just not memorable or it wasn't fun. It wasn't
No, I said it was
enjoyable.
moderate.
I mean, it's family.
I didn't.
What?
I said it wasn't up to great standards. I said
I
it was
don't even. What? Okay, tell me this. Then, what's a Mario game that was great? Name your great Mario
None
game.
of them were great.
Okay, then how the hell are you guys
Yeah,
telling
it's
me?
not your
Oh,
You
man.
pick this one. Then how the
Oh,
hell?
man.
No, I mean, how are you gonna do that then? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't name a great Mario game. What?
Because none of them are great. What do you mean?
Oh my
Try them. They're not
Wow.
anything.
Do you like? Okay,
special.
let's throw it back. Do you like platformers?
Oh yeah, I
do you
love
like-
platformers.
Okay, so
Name
name.
some-
Okay, how about this? Name me great platformers.
Great. My favorite one probably Cave Story.
Name 5, because I'm not familiar with Cave Story. Just hold on. Just no 3D platformers. I know Mario technically had the 2D realm, but let's stick with 3D Mario since we're talking about Odyssey. Name 3 3D platformers that you dub as great. Go off.
None.
Go off, Queen.
What do you mean? In the past 10 years, there's been like none.
No, she's saying of all
No,
time
no, no,
now.
no. I didn't say in the past 10 years. Just name 3. You stop stalling, girl. Name 3 great
Oh, I just thought,
three-dimensional
what's that
platformers.
girl? Hat girl?
Which
Hat
one?
in time.
Hat in time.
Hat in Time.
Hat in time
Okay,
was
that's
dog
one.
shit. But anyway.
Okay, no. So let her have it. Okay, so Hat in Time. Go ahead. So 2 more. Name 3, girl. 3 that were great to you. Ghetto Fridge. This is a call out. Absolutely. What? So you named 1. Hat in Time. I'm hoping to get one at least that I've played because I've never played Hat in Time. I've heard great things about it.
You aren't good, so I don't know what you want me to say.
You just said you love. Well, okay. My problem is because you're saying Mario Odyssey is moderate, and I'm like, okay, fine.
It
What's
was like
great to you?
10 hours, and then what? Like you forget about it afterwards. Like there's no reason to go back to it.
So you didn't find it fun? You didn't find it,
And
like you didn't find.
It's like renting a movie. It's like one and done.
I feel like that could be said for like various games, though. You know, like but then you like let it simmer. You know, and you like repeat a game or something like that after a point in time. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think some of the platforming challenges were very fun. I loved the I liked that there were easy moons and difficult moons. So like if you're a casual player and you're not that particularly skilled at platforming, because you know, like I've seen some of these Mario players, they'd be doing crazy stuff with like the hat, right? Crazy jumps and crazy skill sets and all that stuff. But there were easy things, like easy moons to get. There were more difficult moons to get for those of us who like a challenge. You know, it was literally E for everybody. I thought the worlds were fantastic. They had different, puzzles and challenges. I mean, I don't know what you're on about. I don't know how you could say it's average. I don't know how you can look at these worlds and each of them offering like a unique, unique environments. You have like ice worlds, you have like your normal world, like your kind of, just kind of green valley, whatever. We have like areas with jungles and the poison, different types of enemies, and you can capture different.
I forgot about half the stuff you're talking about. That's how forgettable it was.
Okay, and then how long have you played it? How long ago have you played it? I mean, I haven't played it that long. Okay, but
I bought it day 1, so
Same.
It's been a while.
Okay, so I haven't played it till day 1, and I remember it. So that just says something about your memory, or that maybe it wasn't that memorable to you.
No, it's not memorable. I just said a lot. Not memorable.
Okay, but
if
it's memorable to me, so
that's your problem.
Okay,
but I mean, you can like the game, and I cannot like the game. That's okay.
I mean, yeah, that is fine. But I guess my thing was, I'm trying to understand how you could say it's not a great game. Okay, fine. Cool. But then I asked you for 3D platformers. So great ones that don't have to be Mario. You can't list them. So I can't even like gauge like, oh, this is maybe why you don't like 3D Mario. Okay, fine. Like I was just trying to get into your head. I know I'm coming off like hella aggressive.
That was my main issue with it, honestly, is that it's just a really fucking short game.
But what you played, was it good? That's my question.
It was okay. I mean, like I said, it was forgettable.
But a short game doesn't make a game. Okay, all right, I'm about it. I can't follow that logic, but all right.
Lady Topic, I mean, we know Gabby has the hottest of takes. She's a unique individual, and
no, that's fine. She don't like. It's fine if you don't like Mario, 3D Mario. It's like, or you find it moderate. She didn't say she didn't like. She said it was moderate, which is.
I've never played Mario Odyssey, but isn't it like? Isn't it like a collectathon? Like even if it's short.
Yeah, basically it's a collectathon with some mini boss fights that are really boring.
Jeez. Yeah.
I heard it was just like nostalgia for the most part.
Yeah, people
was a lot of nostalgia,
and then got that, and then we're complaining that they didn't get Galaxy remakes.
Does Galaxy need to be remade?
No.
Galaxy doesn't need to be remade.
I don't think.
You guys want to hear Bao's hot take?
Oh,
I don't like Mario games, so no.
There we go.
Mario Galaxy 2 was not great.
I actually never played 2 or tried to.
Actually, yeah, no, I don't think I played 2. I played Galaxy 1. I played it for like maybe 5 hours total, and I thought it was good. It's just I think I rented it, and that was about it, and I didn't go back. Oh no, I think I pirated it. No, I rented it. Let me just keep it that way. All right, so yeah, that was an interesting interesting talk about Mario. God damn. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
I already got mine pre-ordered and paid off.
Now I just need to say Cold Steel 2 is trash.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Here
But
we go.
real
Couldn't even
quick,
make it to 2. I couldn't even make it to 2.
hold on, real quick about Mario though. But there's already people on eBay selling that shit for like a
Oh
hundo.
yeah, but they're selling it for like $300 or something like
Yeah.
that.
It is
Another
massive.
issue with
Which wait a minute,
that.
I don't understand that. Like, did the pre-orders did it sell out already?
No.
Well, I
No.
think they're available until March.
So why?
Like I said,
So how are they selling on eBay? I don't get it. Who's gonna buy it on
they're
eBay?
trying to take advantage of
God,
scalping.
I don't even know.
It just is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
They always do it.
I want to see what idiot is gonna hop in there
Well,
and
we
just grab.
should see if someone actually does it someday, though.
You know what? I should put a
No,
listing on
it's-
eBay just to see if I get lucky.
Someone will.
It's really fun. to believe it.
Someone who is not informed.
Shadow the
Let this
Scalper.
bottom
All right. All right.
Scalper Elite Agent.
I think that's all I got for topics right here. I think we good to go.
So you want to hop into this Red Moon Royal stuff now?
So yeah, let's talk about that real quick. We got some time. Let's talk about why we need to play this for Trails. What's going on here, man?
Okay. All right. So let me start this up. So for the people in the chat that have played Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2, there are these side novels that you get that you can collect in the Cold Steel games, and they are the Red Moon Rose side stories. As far as going into Cold Steel 3, if you haven't already, it is recommended that you go and read the Red Moon Rose little small novels that you can find in Cold Steel 1 and 2. You can also find them on the wiki. But the reason you want to read these before going into Cold Steel 3 is because, you know, they become extremely relevant to the canon and overarching story. And you really need to read these. But if you didn't read it in Cold Steel 3, it's fine. But as far as what the creator of Trails and the Trail series, Toshihiro Kondo, he said it would behoove you to read the Red Moon Rose novels going into Cold Steel 4. They weren't.
I almost guarantee it's going to be super important in CS4.
Yeah, it's there. There is some stuff inside Red Moon Rose that he is saying is going to make the experience of Cold Steel 4 like paramount. Like it's going to be some really good stuff. So
wait a minute. If these things are so important, Red Moon Road is so important, why weren't they in the main? Like, why weren't they put into the forefront here? Because it seems like a lot of people want to skip this stuff.
Okay, so I can explain this one.
all right.
So basically, throughout all of the Trails games, you can find like all of those side books, and I think you can find these kind of things in lots of JRPGs, and you just assume they're like background lore, like they're not super important. But multiple times throughout the series, they've had these books that you can read that are directly referenced by the main plot multiple times. And Red Moon Rose is the most important of these because characters from the book, which and the reason it doesn't take place in the present, it takes place hundreds of years ago. But the characters there end up being important in the main plot because the story ends up being true-ish. So it's directly relevant to the main plot. It lets it be so that you can read that book, and when those plot elements start to show up in the story, you can actually like understand what's going on, and you understand the references, and you have like a deeper understanding of the whole thing. You can add if you want, Riku.
Yeah, even when for people that have played Cold Steel 3, you know there was a part in the story where you see them referencing the Red Moon Rose novels, and the fact that you know the contents that were in there were pretty important, you know.
Yeah,
and
it's even more important than Carnelia was to Sky, and it's even more important than Dull Knight was to Sky.
Yeah, so I am someone who would when it comes to like reading novels, I'm reading novels here and there, but if there's an easier way to consume that information, I would like to do so. So when I was going out of my way to read Red Moon Rose, I hopped on YouTube and see if I could possibly find someone that did an audio formatted version of Red Moon Rose, and I found this boy right here, Novum. He was
Yo.
actually working through the Red Moon Rose novels and making an audio formatted version of the Red Moon Rose books. So how many are there? There's 14, correct?
Yeah, it's a 14 chapter novel. The total amount of recording that I had to do to actually fully narrate the book was about 3 hours 10 minutes of narration, and I edited in music. Originally I played around with the sound effects, but they really didn't sound that good, and it would have added a huge amount of editing. I just recently finished it. It was a really tough project. I think it's pretty good.
Yes, no, I would say, and I would say it's more than pretty good, bro. I think you did a very, very good job in regards to voice acting, in regards to expressing how certain characters feel during certain events. This is a very, very good audio book created from the ground up by him, and he just finished it a couple days ago, so the full thing is up. And I was like, man, this guy, and the views were okay, but I was just like, for the amount of people I know out there that have not read Red Moon Rose, and probably one of the reasons they didn't want to read it is because it's a lot of reading to do.
It's so freaking long. I did not expect it to be so long.
So it's like when it's a side thing, you don't think it's that important, or you're unaware of how important it is, and you see the amount of content. I was like, there would more people would probably consume this if there was a little easier way to consume it, and this right here I would say is, in my opinion, the definitive way to consume.
See, I don't know how I feel about that, because the way you guys are making it sound, like I'm gonna give it a listen and see what's up. But the way you guys are making it sound like this is really important. Like, I feel like if something isn't that important, they should have put it more in the forefront of in the games.
No, you could say that, but it's like we earlier in the podcast we were talking about how much of the lore they basically created a whole game, Trails in the Sky third chapter, for just additional characterization and lore related stuff for the overarching story. They literally created a whole game for that, So it's like, this isn't something past, something that they would do for the sake of the overarching story. Obviously these games are already, I wouldn't say bloated, but they have a lot that they want to cover in one game, which is why there's so many games up to this point, more than they even planned. So, for the fact that, they did it this way, honestly, I would say it is what it is. But no, like I said, I had a friend who I was telling him about the Red Moon Rose, that he should read it, and that there's an audiobook out there and he should try it. And he didn't want to do it at first, but then he tried it and he was like, oh yeah, I am so glad I went out of my way to consume that. So I would highly recommend anyone that has played Coastal 1, 2, or 3 at this point to give that a read. In my opinion, we will not be disappointed.
I'd just like to add that Trails has always been a series where the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. It's the same way with all of the NPCs, with their fully fleshed out character arcs that do tons of foreshadowing for the main plot. It's the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. Like, if you just play through the main story of these games, yeah, you'll get a comprehensible experience. But the more backstory you dig into, the more rewarding that main story is.
Yeah.
All right. I got it up right now. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna give it a listen later tonight. All right. So yeah, if you guys are playing the Cold Steel games, you give this Red Moon Rose a listen to. Seems like it's gonna be really important for Cold Steel 4. Which, okay, I want to go into Cold Steel 4 completely knowing everything, because when I went into Cold Steel 3, some things did go over my head. So maybe I will. I'll definitely give this a listen to.
Some things. I mean. You didn't play the Crossbow games, so you reached your freaking geofront and Crossville City, and you're like, yeah, that definitely went over your head. But
I don't know.
Knowing all of the NPCs in Crossbell made Chapter 2 so great in Cold Steel 3.
I will say this though, like for the past couple of days, I have been saying to myself, I think I need to replay Cold Steel 3 before I even play Cold Steel 4.
I saw you on it earlier this week.
Yeah, I was looking at some stuff in Crossbell. So, I was like, why is the IBC? Wait, what happened to the IBC? Where is it? Right,
yeah,
George,
don't
what
worry
happened?
about that. All right, all right. Don't worry about that right now. Point is,
That out.
the point is, you know, now that you're playing the Crossbell games, you can see that the location of Crossbell and how it looks in Cold Steel 3, and just it's a cool experience to like go from one version to the next and see.
Is there in Cold Steel 3, can you go to the downtown district or no? Because I was trying to go down there to see if I saw like the gangs.
Yeah, no, they cut off like half the districts in CS3. I think they'll be back in Hajimari though.
Okay.
Yeah, the Eastern District, I don't think you can go to, and the
Eastern District you can go to.
In Cold Steel 3?
Yeah.
They completely changed the layout though. I hate how
okay. Yeah,
they
were
in that district.
That's come I didn't recognize it, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah, people. Red Moon Rose, knock it out.
All right, and I think that's all the time we got for today, guys.
Oh yeah, actually, there is one more thing that little surprise I said, right? So, so I said this a couple of episodes back, but I'm just going to remind people that I did say that I will be I would say I, but I'm just going to say we will be giving away one free collector's edition of Cold Steel 4.
Ooh,
so,
all right. Collector's edition. All right, let's go.
I would like to say this. I'm going to say it really loud. They're giving away a Trails of Cold Steel collector's edition, boys. Wow.
Yes, that. And also, we'll be giving away a collector's edition to Ease 9 when that comes out too.
Oh, damn.
Yes, those two.
Riku, look, I still need to know what Riku does for a living, bro. He got all this money, paid all these deviant artists, bro. Where you get all this money?
Hey, don't worry about that, right? The point is, we out here, we spreading the Falcom love, and we will tell you guys how to get these goodies in the future. But yes.
I promote Toa fan art.
Yes, Cold Steel 4 and Ease 9 collector's editions. One of each when those games drop. So look forward to that. We'll tell you how to get those in the future.
All right, that's good. I might have to go in there myself, get that, because I don't get collector's edition, so you just slide me that real quick, All right, guys, we are gonna be doing our outros. We gotta head up out of here. All right, Riku, go ahead, man.
Riku-san one, the only one here, aka Falcom's finest. Great episode 50. It's cool. I was able to say that the giveaway on episode 50. So I guess that can be considered an episode 50 giveaway for the fans out there. And we had some good conversations, some nice little heated debates too. And we will see what the future holds for the JRPG genre.
All right, Bao.
Thanks for having me on as always. It was fun. Great anniversary episode. You guys can find me on YouTube at Bowser Carriga, Twitter and Twitch at Real Bowser Carriga. I've been streaming a lot, haven't uploaded anything in a while on YouTube, but it's because I've been working on my next big video. And that is, I'm doing a video on whether you can be a fan of a game if you've only seen someone else play it and haven't played it yourself.
No, I'm gonna say that straight up. No, play the fucking game. What the fuck is wrong with people?
So that's gonna be an interesting.
Have the time.
Nah,
Rude.
fuck that.
Okay, sorry, continue.
Oh,
All right, no, continue.
See, you guys are demonstrating why I'm making this video.
Make time and not do the life stuff.
I'm a pilot of a plane, but I've never piloted a plane.
So look forward to this video.
Exactly.
You could be a fan of it. How you just whatever. We're moving on. Go ahead. Whatever.
So Pelvin, let me get this straight. You be watching videos of games and then saying you're a fan of it? Is that what you be doing out here, Pelvin?
No, I played Final Fantasy VIII twice. No.
So
I played it.
Meaning Joker on Smash, and you think you're a Persona fan?
She does. She said.
All right.
So absolutely not. Every game I reviewed, I've definitely played.
You gonna tell me those?
Wait, what?
The spells in Smash, like Hamon and stuff. Like, if you pay attention, you can really see the words and stuff.
Listen, nobody really cares about Smash. All right, let's.
That's a fallacy.
Maybe I just know too much about it.
All right, let's be serious. All right.
Shadow, we ain't get into this right now.
Yeah, we won't, Blake. We won't. That's why we're gonna go with your outro right now.
All right. It has been that time. A big thank you to everyone coming out for the 50th episode. Thank you to Shadow for having me on as always. It's an honor to be part of this team. We're all a big family now. Y'all can find me on Westtown HD at YouTube, but my YouTube page is kind of on hiatus right now. Where I'm active a lot is my Twitch page, twitch.tv/WesttownHD. Going to be streaming some more Cold Steel eventually. Probably maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll have to see. Yeah, hit that like button.
All right, Gab.
For having me on as always. It's been fun. It was a great 50th episode. Remember to do what you can to enter for that collector's edition. That seems pretty spicy. You can find me at anything on social media at Gabneo if I have it. So yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, Pelvic.
Hey, what's up? Thank you again for having me on. I just want to clarify something. Gavin and I, we're still cool. We're talking like in the DMs or whatever. So I want to be clear. I don't want people to be like, oh my god, do they hate each other? No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't want any rumors getting out. Like we're talking and laughing and blah blah blah. Yeah, well, and then also I want to clarify. Apparently, like while I was just like fucking popping off, she said she didn't like 3D platformers, so that explains a lot of it. If you don't like a genre, then the whole genre is moderate.
It's like my least preferred way to play, but I think I said it while she was like popping off and then she didn't hear it. But I mean, if not, it doesn't matter. My apologies if not.
Do you like or have played Sonic Adventure?
You say Sonic Adventure?
Yes.
I don't think Gab knows what a Sonic is.
I played a little bit of it only because it was my brother's, but it was weird and I didn't really understand it.
Okay, we're just gonna leave that there.
I only have to play like the Sonic game I played the most, if you want to be honest, was the one where you're on like a board on the GameCube.
Riders.
Yeah, Riders. That's what I played.
Gotcha.
You got so excited. That was so cute. Okay, let me finish my outro, man. So, you guys can find me at Pelvic Gaming on the YouTubes. I review JRPGs, some 3D platformers, some 3D side-scrolling platformers such as Kirby. That's actually going to be my next review. But yeah, Kirby's coming up, Wild Arms 2, there's other things, Dragon Quest 8, and Ys Memories of Salsetta. Those are the next thingamabobs. And I'm also on my way to 30k subscribers, so definitely if you're new here and you like my spicy takes, feel free to come on over. I'm done now.
Acebreaker, guys, with a super chat. Here's to another 50 episodes of HPMP. Alright, that's what's up. Thank you, Acebreaker. Appreciate that, man. And Novum, go ahead, man.
Wow, thank you so much for having me on. I mean, like, I haven't been on a podcast in years. I forgot how much fun it was. And there's just nobody who talks about trails with me in real life, so it's just great to have other people to talk trails with. Of course, my YouTube channel, if you want to listen to the audiobook, or any of my other content, is Novum's Natural Roll. I don't upload very often, but when I upload, it's usually something special and really, really friggin' long. My Twitter is also at @TRG_Novum if you want to follow me there. Thanks so much.
All right. And that is the podcast, people. You guys know me, Shadow Elite. Like I said in the beginning, I know content has been a little bit sparse on the channel, but I'm going to get back into it. Like I said, I'm going to have a TGS video up soon, and I'll have more videos coming soon. I'll have more streams, which I might be streaming on Twitch soon. I'm not sure. Gotta see how I feel. Might be streaming some Trails from Zero, but I gotta figure out where I'm at now. It might be really story heavy, so we'll see. But yeah, that's it. We are out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Peace out.
Later.